Welcome back to Rebuild Rescue. Today we're here in the rescue hangar, and this video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about the 401 Phoenix. We're going to talk about this project. We're also going to talk about how so many people said this project was doomed from the start.
Fire, 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 fire.
Somebody filed a complaint with the FAA. We're not going to make Oshkosh. We failed. Back to the drawing board. We've been working on this for like the longest time. We're also going to talk about all the financials so far in this project, and we're going to talk about what all needs done so this thing will actually fly.
It's starting to look like something.
I know. Awesome. These tip tanks are done. Is it working?
Yeah. Something's moving.
Is it moving?
It's moving.
We're also going to talk about Rebuild Rescue and where we're headed in the future.
Our plan, it's simple, but it ain't gonna be easy. So many airplanes are being abandoned and forgotten. Aviation's gonna die soon if we don't do something. I'm Jason, and with my team, we plan to save aviation one airplane at a time, and maybe even change a few lives along the way. Welcome back to Rebuild Rescue.
I've been involved in so many big projects over the years, and I have to come clean, to be honest with you guys. I really had no idea what I was getting into with this project. It was so much bigger, so much more than I ever expected. This has been such a long road. It's just a ton of work. Not realizing I ordered the wrong one. We're gonna pull these tanks off for like the third or fourth time. I was a little in over my head, to be honest with you. But if there's one thing for sure, we're not quitters, and we're gonna keep rolling on this project until it's done.
Oh yeah.
That makes this plane 100% ours.
This was a huge find.
Those wings, those props, these engines, that's all we need.
I think that looks pretty cool.
Dude, those look awesome.
The windshield is done. Got that gear completely fixed. We have engines on the 401. I remember the day in the video when we recorded, we had just got this airplane started up, and I asked you guys a pivotal question in this project that really defined where we were going and what we were going to do. If this thing's going to fly, you guys are going to make the decision. Put down in the comments, let's fly. And you guys responded overwhelmingly, let's fly. Soon after, our GoFundMe page, it just grew and grew and grew. I couldn't believe that so many people in the community believed in what we were doing, believed in us. That's why we've been working so hard here to get this thing done. And that's why we've put thousands of hours into this 401. Along the way, we've had so many doubters, we've had trolls, even people that decided they'd try to get in the way of the success of this project by reporting us to the FAA and causing all kinds of problems. We've come so far with this project. There's so much of it that's done, but there's so much more that we have to do yet. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at the Phoenix, and let's see where we're at. Let's see what we have to do yet, and where this project is going to go from here. You know, we're not sure if we're going to put the radar and stuff back on, but we have like the whole pitot system, all the hoses, all the vacuum stuff, that's all getting overhauled. We have the engine heating system, that's being overhauled right now. That should be back any day. We have to install that. We have to install rest of the heating vents. We have some of the wiring in the wing we have to figure out yet. Some of these hoses are pretty new, but we're replacing them all. We're putting actually lifetime hoses on here so we never have to worry about them again. Turbo's out for overhaul. All these components that sit here, they're all out getting overhauled. We have the props we have to install yet. We have the prop de-ice heating systems. These boots are new and came with the wings, but we have a company, they're gonna be coming in here and replacing the boots with us, not only on the wings, on the vertical and on the horizontal. All of it brand new. A little bit of work here in the tip tanks. They're almost done. Again, some more wiring stuff. These, other than some balancing, ailerons, you know, all the control surfaces, they're done, they're good to go. Got to get the tail mounted here on the tank. A little bit of work to do on the fuel tanks here. All of the bladders were brand new, but we're gonna make sure all the cushioning and stuff behind them are good. We have a couple companies that have to come in and work through some of the eddy current testing and stuff like that that still needs done. Visually, we've checked it. We're gonna do the second stage, get that eddy current done, but it looks good, and a lot of that's waiting for someone to be available to get here and get it done. That brings us here to the interior of the 401. And a couple months ago, when I looked at this, I thought to myself, it may not ever go back together. But after working on the Cougar, after being on the rescue of that Cougar, I worked on the avionics, and it didn't look much different than this, like just a spaghetti of wires. And I learned a lot there, and looking in here, I'm really not that worried anymore. So this is going to get all new wiring, an all new harness. We have the Avedon and the Aspen products. I think we even have on autopilot, all new instrumentations, all new switches. This is just going to be one of the most amazing panels in a 401 ever. You know, it's going to take hours. We'll probably have 200 hours, 300 hours in the avionics installation. I mean, we have the lighting and heating system, the oxygen system. We have to get that done yet. The interior, like this whole interior here, the whole interior is getting replaced. We also have the whole fuel system is either overhauled or gonna be overhauled. There's a couple more things that we need yet, and we have to kind of match them together. This 401 has 5 fuel tanks per wing, 5 fuel tanks. We're gonna be able to, if we want to, we're gonna be able to fly from the East Coast, from right here, all the way over to like Los Angeles without ever landing. I mean, it's a good thing we have a squatty potty in there, and a P-tube. Might have to use that. Right here sits our brand new, overhauled, well, I mean, it's kind of brand new used, but you know, these were the props that were previously overhauled that we got with the 402. They were good, but they weren't perfect. So we went ahead and we sent them out and had them completely overhauled, and they are brand new. We have Watt. You know, if you guys don't know anything about Watt, they make some of the coolest, brightest, most amazing LED lights in the industry. They're outfitting us with enough lights that we can light up a city when we fly over. And last but not least, we have to paint her. The Phoenix is gonna get a brand new paint job. Brand new interior, brand new avionics, brand new paint job on an airplane that was going to the dump. There's so many times I'll come into the hangar, I still can't believe it myself. So when I think of the doubters, when I think of the people that would second guess what we're doing, why we're doing it, why we're here, it actually makes sense to me because it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. And had I known what I was getting myself into, I may not have done it. But the results are going to be something that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. My kids will, all the people here at Rebuild Rescue, all my friends, my family, and hopefully all of you. So many of the components that we have for the 401 are out getting overhauled. Turbos and fuel components, heaters. We've been so blessed with so many companies. Aspen and Avedon and Hartzell and Pilot Institute. Just the other day, I was talking to McFarlane Aviation. We had these $12,000 cables. It's $12,000 to replace the cables to control the engine. $12,000. I drove less than a $12,000 car most of my life. And these are cables. So I'm talking to the guys out at McFarlane Aviation, and they said, hey, we want to do the cables for you. Let us do those cables. Brand new control cables. It blows me away, whether it's Aspen and their displays or Avedon and their awesome avionics. Hartzell reached out. You know, those turbos and the components, they have them. They're doing the exhaust. So enough about what needs done and enough about where we were at. Now let's talk about the financials a little bit. I just explained of how much like some cables can cost, and you know, a paint job that's probably going to be about $30,000, but it needs done, and we're going to make it happen. All right, so man, rescuing airplanes, it's not cheap. Because of the generosity of Sam, it was either generosity or he knew what he was getting us into. Anyway, so Sam gave us this airplane for nothing based on a bet. Free airplane. How much does a free airplane really cost? And I think I've seen that comment once or 1,000 times. It's really not free. Well, to get it was free. To make it amazing is not free. Nothing amazing is free. That's hard work. $80,000 for a 402. I can tell you now, there's a guy here at this airport. His name's Jason, and hopefully he watches this video. He would send me, hey, I found wings, I found this, I found that. He's in ANPIA, works on jets, and he sent me a message about that 402. I thought it was a scam. It was actually $50,000 for the airplane. And as it turned out, same wings, same engine, same prop, pretty much the same airplane. The fuselage is a little longer in the nose and a little longer in the midsection, and the engines were good. The props were good. The wings had the AD done that grounded this thing that are $70,000 to get fixed. $70,000, and there's this airplane for sale for $50,000 with all the stuff that we need. I thought for sure it had to be a scam. I didn't trust it, but I had to take the chance. Because if I could get that stuff for $50,000, it was going to make this viable. That find. Jason, thank you. Like, if you're watching this, like, I think I got you lunch one time, but I think I owe you a beer. So that made it possible. So $80,000 for the 402, $12,000 to overhaul the props, and that was actually a good deal. They look amazing. They did an amazing job. $25,000 in various engine and airframe components, along with different screws, nuts, and bolts. $38,000 in hangar fees. And that's only the charges per square foot of the room it takes up. That's not this whole hangar. $25,000 for A&Ps plus other labor. So that gives us a grand total of $180,000 spent so far. And I know there's a bunch of you guys that know the airplane market. You're like, hey, I saw a 401 for $100,000. Like, that's insane. Why would you do it? It's not going to be the Phoenix. To date, we've had $245,000 donated to the GoFundMe. And guys, that's you. When I talked about that and I said, hey, be part of this project. Let's fly. Let's do this. And the donations came rolling in. And you know, I promised something. A, this was going to get done, and B, your names would be on this airplane or a name of somebody you love. So those names are going to go on this airplane on mission. So when it lands to pick up somebody, you're with us. You're coming along with us because you made it happen. I'm just the goofball behind the wrench, getting to do this, you know, because of you guys. So you made it happen. $245,000. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think anybody would stand behind us so much to do that, and everybody here appreciates every little bit of that. So that leaves us with $65,000 to finish this project. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking $65,000 isn't even going to touch half of that stuff, not even a quarter of that stuff that we walked around and just talked about. And I knew that for a long time, but I also knew that the 401, this being finished, it's not the end. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of us being able to serve. It's the beginning of us being able to share what happens when we all join together. It is going to take a ton of money to maintain this airplane, to hangar this airplane, and to put fuel in it, and to make sure that it's taken care of. Each mission, it's going to run $3,000 to $4,000. I mean, this thing's like 36, 38 gallons an hour. Insurance is, I mean, what is insurance? $19,000 to store it. We talked about that. $5,000 for an annual inspection. $20,000 to $30,000 a year for insurance. We have to insure it for its value. It's going to be priceless, so we're still kind of worried about the insurance and how we're even going to do that, but I know we're going to figure it out. I know someone's going to come through. I know a company's going to work for us and we'll make it happen. That's $50,000 to $60,000 a year in fixed costs. Add 10 missions onto that, and you're looking at about 100,000 hours a year. So 100,000 hours a year to fly 10 missions. That's about what it is. And I thought to myself a long while ago, how are we going to do that? I know a lot of people think YouTube, you make tons and tons of money. We do okay, but not an extra $100,000 a year. So I thought to myself, how can we do that? And we came up with a plan. Every day we see NTSB reports that there's an airplane down. Those airplanes, most of them aren't coming back. I have friends that bought new Cirruses. I love Cirruses. Most people can't afford them. If we all have to buy $1 million airplanes, there's not going to be general aviation is not going to survive. Yeah. So how do we do it? We save one airplane at a time. The idea is saving aviation one airplane at a time. I've gone to so many airports. I've talked to so many people. I see airplanes sitting everywhere. The thing that's going to save aviation is all of us making sure these airplanes fly. And being able to do that is what's going to fund that $100,000 a year that the Phoenix is going to fly. We can't do it alone. We have to do it together. We need you. We need you to share the videos, to share the excitement. We need airplanes. We need to find airplanes to save that are worthy of being saved, that need saved. We need to share the stories of those airplanes and the stories of the people that flew them. Spread the word about what we're doing and that we're doing this together. It's the only way it happens. If you guys remember, Max and Bob were here. There's some fans of the channel that we met. I visited them in Utah at one point, and they came here to help put the wings on the Phoenix. And we dedicated a spot to people that impacted us, closely in the project. And his late wife, Elaine's name is on the side of the 401. And he wrote a message, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I'll try not to get all soupy here. The 401 Phoenix project is much more than what it appears. You are already learning this. It has been fraught with challenges, difficulties, and setbacks. There's a reason for this. There will continue to be challenges with this project and even people who won't want you to succeed. But you will succeed, and it's already succeeding in so many ways. It will continue to succeed and be successful for a very long time. It's changing lives. It's changed mine. It will continue to change lives far beyond what we can know or realize. When you encounter challenges, they will be miraculously followed by the necessary resources to accomplish what is needed. When this happens, you will be amazed, and then you will look or think of Elaine's name and those that will soon join her on the 401, and you will know and understand. When you feel doubt, those names are a reminder to you that what you are doing is good, that it is needed, that you will continue to be successful, and that the solutions and resources you require will be provided. Keep the faith. Man, all I can say is, let's fly. Take care.